Something powerful just cracked open, and you can feel it, can't you? The air is different. Time doesn't feel real, and somewhere deep down, you know this isn't just another week. A fire has arrived, and it's not a fireplace glow. It's a wildfire in your spirit. The kind that burns down who you used to be, so who you're meant to be can finally walk through the smoke. This isn't a phase, it's a portal. And once you step through it, there's no turning back. You're not waiting for the right moment anymore, because that was the lie. There is no perfect time. There's only now, and now is burning. Mercury has entered Aries. That's like putting a microphone in the mouth of a flame. Your thoughts, unfiltered. Your words, on fire. And tomorrow, Mars storms into Leo, the lion's throne. This isn't some quiet cosmic change. This is a cannonball to your comfort zone. These two planets just cracked open a fiery portal. And no, it's not knocking politely. It's kicking the door in. If you've been feeling off, edgy, emotional, or like you barely recognize the person in your own mirror, you're not broken. You're just standing at the edge of something huge. This fire wasn't sent to soothe you. It was sent to expose you, to wake you, to command you. And when Mars hits Leo, the spotlight finds you, ready or not. No more shadows, no more playing small. So, take a breath. You're not here by accident. Like this video, subscribe if you're feeling this shift, and drop the number 77 in the comments if you're ready to walk through this fire to help spread the message and bring the others home. Now let's get into it, because there's one massive reason this is all happening right now, and once you hear it, everything's going to make sense. And here's the thing. Once you walk through that fire, there's no pretending anymore. You feel everything, every hesitation, every spark, every nudge from the universe. And right now, it's not nudging, it's roaring. This fiery portal isn't just some mystical concept. It's alive. It's moving through your conversations, your body, your relationships, and it's waking up a part of you that's been sleeping too long. That pressure you've been feeling in your chest, that sudden burst of emotion you can't explain, that's not anxiety. That's your fire trying to break out of the cage it's been trapped in. This portal is activating the version of you who's tired of dimming your light just to keep others comfortable. The version who's done being a background character in your own story. You're not here to whisper. You're here to burn bright. And the more you hold back, the more this energy tightens around you, not to punish you, but to push you. The universe is watching right now, not with judgment, but with intention. Every moment you speak up, make a bold choice, or even think like your higher self, you align with the fire. And that's when the magic hits. Because this portal doesn't care about your excuses. It's not here to soothe your comfort zone. It's coded to chase your potential. You might start feeling like the energy around you is heavier, more intense. That's because it's not just burning through your blocks, it's burning through your illusions. And that includes the illusions of the people around you. Watch closely. The masks are slipping. You'll notice it in flashes. A friend's tone that suddenly sounds fake. A co-worker who supports you but secretly competes with you. A partner whose energy shifts the moment you start owning your power. This isn't you being paranoid. This is clarity. Real, raw, spiritual clarity. Because this portal doesn't just light you up, it exposes everything around you. The people who have secretly kept you small, who felt safer when you doubted yourself, who only clapped when you were quiet, They're going to start showing themselves. Some will do it through passive-aggressive compliments, the kind that leave a weird aftertaste. Others might suddenly go cold or distant. You'll hear things like, "Don't get ahead of yourself. Wow, you've changed. Must be nice to be so confident all of a sudden. But don't shrink. That fire in you is doing its job. And like any wildfire, it reveals what can stand the heat, and what was always made of dry kindling. You may even start seeing betrayal, quiet shifts in loyalty, subtle, almost invisible digs that cut deep. And it'll hurt, because some of these people are close. But remember, not everyone is meant to come through the fire with you. Sometimes your evolution offends the people still committed to your past self. And if it feels personal, that's because it is. Not in a petty way, but in a cosmic way. You're stepping into the most powerful version of yourself, and the universe is removing what doesn't resonate with that version anymore. Fire doesn't apologize for burning, as the saying goes, and neither should you. This portal is the great revealer. It's not just transforming you, it's flipping the lights on in the entire room. What's been lurking in the shadows? You're about to find out. And yes, it may get lonely, but it will never be fake again. So if your body feels wired, your emotions are running wild, or you're looking around and realizing who actually supports your growth, trust it. That's the fire working. It's not chaos, it's clarity. Right now, you're standing in a divine furnace, the kind that burns away fear, falsehoods, and the opinions of people who were never supposed to shape your destiny. This isn't the time to second-guess yourself. This is the time to become yourself. And if you're still watching, you already know deep down, this portal found you for a reason. You didn't stumble into this. You were summoned. So take a deep breath. You're not crazy. You're not overreacting. You're waking up. And you're doing it in fire. And just when you think the fire can't burn any hotter, it does. Because now it's not just about you stepping forward. It's about everything around you beginning to crack open. The truth is, the old systems are shaking. The roles, the power dynamics, the hierarchies that kept certain people above you, louder than you, in control of the room while you stayed quiet. They're collapsing. Slowly, then all at once. You're not just witnessing change. You're being invited into a choice. Will you keep playing by the old rules? Or will you walk out of the game entirely? And before you label people good or bad, take a breath. Watch. Don't judge too fast. The fire reveals. That's its nature. Some flames are meant to guide you. Others, just meant to be seen and then released. Not every person who shows up in this heat is meant to walk forward with you. Some are mirrors, some are tests, some are here to teach you what to let go of. There's a reason everything feels so loud right now. Mercury in Aries, Mars in Leo. That's two fire signs combusting together. That's your mind on fire. That's your instincts racing. It's like your soul is sitting in a microwave, spinning on high, every second buzzing with urgency. You might feel like you can't sleep, like your thoughts won't land. Some of you are pacing around your home at 3 a.m., tossing out old journals, staring at your altar like it's suddenly meaningless. You may feel like quitting everything. The practices, the rituals, the beliefs you once held close. You're not broken, you're combusting. This is the combustion of awakening. When the soul starts cracking through the ego too fast for your nervous system to keep up. And here's the part no one talks about. Sometimes what we think is intuition in these moments is just anxiety in disguise. It's adrenaline pretending to be truth. That's why the message right now is don't rush. Don't throw out your path because you're feeling the flames. Let the energy move through you, but don't chase every flicker like it's a sign. Not yet. Think of it like this. When a fire burns too fast, it doesn't just light the way, it blinds. You need to wait for the smoke to settle before you can really see. This isn't the time to scrap your spiritual journey. It's the time to sit still inside the flame and feel what stays with you when everything else falls away. It's uncomfortable, yes. You're wired to want answers, to do something, to fix it. But awakening doesn't always look graceful. Sometimes it looks like a breakdown, like chaos, like sitting on the floor in silence, wondering who you even are anymore. That's not failure. That's transformation. This fire isn't asking you to manifest. It's not asking you to speak softly to the universe and hope it listens. This isn't manifestation. This is ignition. A complete burn-through of everything that's been holding you back. And when the flames die down, what you'll find in the ashes is your next beginning. But only if you're brave enough to sit in it, to not run, to not numb it out, to not convince yourself you're fine. The universe isn't looking for perfection right now. It's looking for honesty, for presence, for the courage to admit, this hurts, but I'm staying with it anyway. Because that's how fire becomes fuel. That's how combustion becomes clarity. So don't rush to rebuild yet. Don't panic if things feel unstable or messy or unfamiliar. That's what rebirth looks like. You're not supposed to have it all figured out in the middle of a wildfire. You're just supposed to stay awake. Stay aware. Stay real. Let the flames burn off the fake. Let them show you what can survive the heat. Because what survives this is you, the real you. Picking up exactly where we left off, in the ashes of ignition, in the space where you're still glowing from the burn, comes the next test. The universe doesn't wait for you to cool down. It starts responding right now. Because here's the thing. In this exact moment, you are standing inside one of the most potent, energetic windows of the year. The air itself, it's electric. It's like everything you say has a voltage, a frequency, a magnetic charge that wraps itself around your words and launches them out into the universe like lightning bolts. This isn't normal energy. This is fire meeting fire, Mars and Mercury in full flame. This isn't just heat, it's activation. Every thought, every word, every move is being translated instantly into your reality. This is the realm of instant manifestation, the kind of moment where the universe doesn't wait. It listens, then it moves, then it delivers. And right now, that delivery speed, it's cosmic express. Your intentions, the ones you whisper to yourself late at night or say out loud without thinking, they're being picked up and played out in real time. So, be careful, be intentional, be honest. If you don't truly mean it, don't say it. If you don't really want it, don't think it for fun. The veil between thought and form is barely there right now. The usual buffer, that time delay where you get to adjust, rethink, realign, it's gone. That protective gap between imagination and incarnation, gone. So if you've been seeing synchronicities that are too fast, too perfect, even a little spooky, that's why. It's not coincidence, it's acceleration. Speak like the universe is eavesdropping, because it is, and it's taking notes with fire ink. But while all of this outer energy is moving quickly, something deeper is starting to rumble inside. A storm, a split, a kind of emotional combustion that doesn't follow logic. You feel it, don't you? One part of you is ready to leap into everything, new goals, wild love, purpose on fire. The other part, it wants to disappear, to run, to retreat into the quiet. You're being pulled in two directions at once. One toward comfort, one toward the flame. You're not indecisive, you're divided. Your soul is sprinting in opposite directions inside the same body. And that's what this portal does. It cracks you right down the middle. It splits your inner world, the one that craves peace and the one that craves power. You might feel itchy in your own skin, restless, like you're standing on the edge of a cliff, looking at two paths and not knowing which one to take, yet knowing you can't stay still. One moment, you're writing love letters to your future. The next, you're fantasizing about disappearing into the woods with no phone and no name. This is the internal wildfire, when the mind and the heart stop whispering and start screaming at each other. It feels like chaos, but it's actually confrontation. Truth finally meeting truth, ego meeting soul. You are not broken. You are just in the moment where the split demands a merge. This portal wasn't built to keep you confused. It was built to force a choice. Not because one path is perfect, but because any movement is more powerful than staying stuck. And that's the pressure you're feeling, the urgency to act, even if the outcome is unclear. Because clarity doesn't always sound like calm. Sometimes clarity arrives through noise, through tension, through fire. This energy isn't here to give you all the answers. It's here to burn down the idea that you ever needed all the answers to begin. It's here to remind you that movement is the message. So take the step, say the thing, make the call, launch the dream. Not because you're sure, but because you finally stopped waiting to be. And listen, you might still feel overwhelmed. You might still doubt yourself. That's okay. Doubt doesn't disqualify you from alignment. It just means you're still human while you're waking up to something divine. But don't ignore this window. This portal is hot, yes, but it's also wide open. And right now, the smallest move in the right direction can create a ripple that shifts your entire future. So use this energy wisely. Speak like it matters, because it does. Choose like the universe is waiting on you, because it is. So now that you've felt the pressure, made the move, maybe even surprised yourself by how boldly you've shown up lately, here comes the next wave. Not of action, but of awareness. Because after the ignition, after the merge, after the fire moves through you, comes the moment of unveiling. This is where the flames burn away indecision. This is where your soul stops negotiating. You've likely been feeling it already, the discomfort with parts of yourself you used to cling to. The weird detachment from an identity you once proudly wore like a custom-tailored outfit. And now, it's like the seams are coming undone, not because you're falling apart, but because something false is falling off. That version of you, the one you carefully constructed, polished, perfected, she's not disappearing. She's just being revealed for what she really was: a costume, an armor, a persona designed to survive, and she did her job. But she's not who you are anymore. Remember earlier when we talked about not recognizing yourself lately? This is why. Mars in Leo has lit a match under that persona, And suddenly, things you used to think were powerful, the way you spoke, dressed, branded yourself, moved through rooms, now feel performative, forced, empty. And don't panic. This isn't a crisis. This is clarity. This is what it looks like when the soul says, enough. The fire has no patience for pretending. It strips you down, not to shame you, but to free you. This transit isn't just about being bold and loud and fearless. It's about what happens when the performance ends and the lights stay on, when there's no applause to chase, no script to follow, no audience to impress. Just you. And for a lot of people right now, that feels terrifying, but also liberating. You may find yourself turning away from the aesthetics, labels, and language that once made you feel powerful. You're not drawn to the same quotes, the same hashtags, the same filtered version of spirituality you once leaned on. And that's not regression, that's rebirth. It's a soul detox. The quiet death of the character you once believed you had to play, just to be accepted, validated, respected, or even loved. And in the shedding of that old skin, a deeper power rises. One that doesn't need attention to feel real. One that doesn't need to be explained, decorated, or performed. You're not losing yourself. You're meeting yourself. Maybe for the first time in years. Maybe for the first time ever. Because beneath the costume, beneath the curated identity, the polished presence, there's a version of you that's raw, real, and holy. The one who was always there, waiting patiently for you to stop pretending. And now that you've stopped, now that the fire has done its work, there's space. Space to breathe. Space to ask the real questions. Space to be curious again. Not about who the world wants you to be, but about who you actually are when you're not trying to prove anything. This is the moment where real life begins, not the one you scripted, not the one they expected, the one you choose. And that's what this fiery portal is offering you. A pen, a blank page, and the chance to stop performing and start creating, not from fear, not from image, but from truth. So if your voice is quieter lately, if your goals have shifted, if you're craving depth over noise, simplicity over attention, solitude over performance, that's not you fading. That's you returning to your essence, your source, your fire now refined. And sure, it might feel weird at first. You might feel empty where the persona used to be. But that space, that silence, that's not a void. It's a sacred invitation. This is your moment. The spotlight is no longer the goal. Alignment is. And from here, it's your move. So breathe into that. Let the old version of you dissolve with gratitude. She got you here, but she's not the one who will take you further. So now that the mask has dropped and the script is gone, now that you're standing in your rawness, pen in hand, with nothing left to perform, what do you do with all this fire? Because this is the final call. And no, that's not dramatic. It's divine timing. The portal is still wide open, but it's not staying that way forever. And the intensity you feel pulsing through your chest, buzzing through your thoughts, crackling behind your eyes like a storm you can't name. It's not random. This isn't just energy swirling around for the fun of it. This fire came with purpose. It's not here to make you feel warm. It's here to make you move. But here's the thing no one warns you about. Fire without focus turns into chaos. And that's the danger right now. If you don't give this energy a mission, if you don't channel it into something real, something true, it will act on its own. It will unravel something, anything, just to create motion. Because fire must move. And if you don't choose what it burns through, it'll pick something at random. A job, a relationship, your peace, your progress. That's why people under this portal start impulsive fights, quit their paths with no plan, or sever ties they weren't ready to lose. Not because those choices are wrong, but because they were reactions, not decisions. So, here's your moment. Don't let the fire choose destruction. Give it direction. Right now, there's a collective restlessness. You've probably felt it in conversations, in your body, in your dreams. This feeling that something is on the edge of being born. But it's not going to arrive through ease. It's not going to appear wrapped in a 5-step plan. It wants to come through you, bold, unfiltered, real, soul-led. You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need the whole map. You just need a direction. You need one clear yes that you're willing to walk toward without waiting for permission. This portal isn't asking for your perfection. It's asking for your devotion. So, start the project. Speak the truth you've been swallowing for years. Send the message. Make the move. Take the risk. Jump. The fire will meet you there. It always does. Your rituals, your mantras, your visualizations, they're not just floating out into the void right now. They're landing. The field is supercharged. Every thought you're feeding is building something behind the scenes, and it's building fast. So ask yourself, what are you energizing? What are you feeding with your attention, your fear, your desire, your doubt? Because it's not just a thought anymore. It's a seed. And in this energy, seeds sprout instantly. This isn't just a fire. It's a launch pad. If you've been waiting for the right time, the perfect alignment, the sign that says go, this is it. This is the sign. Because the version of you that hesitates can't walk through fire. This energy doesn't respond to fear. It responds to movement. Don't wait to be chosen. Choose yourself. Don't wait for confirmation. Be the confirmation. Don't whisper your dreams like they're secrets. Declare them like they're already true. Because this portal isn't here to test your potential. It's here to test your commitment. There's a version of you. Maybe you've already seen glimpses of them in dreams, in flashes of confidence, in the mirror when no one else is watching. And they don't hesitate. They don't shrink. They don't second-guess every damn thing they feel. They move, they speak, they decide. And they're on the other side of this week, this very moment, waiting for you to stop dancing around your destiny and step into it. Maybe this is that moment. Maybe this is the decision that changes everything. So if you feel that fire, not just around you, but in you, drop the number 77 in the comments, hit like, hit subscribe, and help light the way for someone else walking through this portal too. We've reached the edge now, and from here, the only way out is through the fire.